everyone, welcome. I'll just wait for this to pop up on my Facebook page. I haven't got my cards out yet. Here we go. Okay, I'll do my usual share. Happy Sunday. Mercury has now, well, Mercury has stationed. He's not quite out of retrograde yet. Hi everyone. Hi whoever's joined. I can't see who you are yet. I'm just going, I better turn the volume down. I'm just going to do my usual share. I did find a program that I can use that can share it all for me, but I couldn't figure out how to set it up today. The technology was a little bit too advanced for me. Well, it's not that advanced. It took too much time and I didn't have enough time to mess around. So this will all end soon. I'll have technology sharing it all for me so I don't have to do this each week. But I digress. I still have to do this, so I'm going to do it now. So I'll quickly do my usual share. Oh, see? I don't even know where I've shared it to. Hi Katrina. Hi Yvette. Good to see you. No idea where I've just shared that. Hopefully it's on my timeline. Hi Morgan. Share in the group. Yes, so I'm a little bit quiet tonight, aren't I? I've had a bit of a busy day. I've had my head in my books, doing my book work today. Finally, I'm pretty well disciplined when it comes to doing my book work. I had it all. Hi Maria, good to see you. Where am I putting this? There we go. Yeah, so I've been doing that. I spent most of the day doing that, but it's very draining. I'm a bit tired, but I'm okay. I'm okay. Hi Sean, good to see you. Hi Barbara. Hi Peter. Oh, it's nice to see everyone. Hi Jen. Hi Tabitha. Oh, we're all keen tonight, hey? All keen for something, a positive reading this week after last week. Hey, last week's reading, wowzers. That was pretty accurate for me and for a few people that I know. Yes. Hi Verity, good to meet you. Nice to meet you, I should say. Hi Nell, good to see you, Nell. So, those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Marina Lobas. I refer to myself as the Soul Purpose Mentor, and I support intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs to monetize their passion to purpose. And I mentor people, women in particular, in tarot and channeling 101 and mediumship. Yes, my craft that I have been doing for forever and a day, for as long as I can remember. It's what I do. So, a little bit of housekeeping. Tonight, well, tomorrow, midnight, the doors close for my tarot program. I have one spot left for my tarot program. One spot. I forgot to put the link in. I better do that now. Just quickly do that. Yes, I have one spot left. So it is a 6-month mentoring program for those of you who love the Mythic Tarot, who love my cards. You want to, hang on a second, let me find the program. There we go, I think that's it. I'm not very good at multitasking. Copy. Now I've got to find where we are. Where are we? Here we are. Okay, yeah, so it's a 6-month program for those of you who want to move away from fortune telling into a professional practice. You can also do the program just for the love of the tarot. I'm going to teach you Jungian psychology. We're going to talk about archetypes. We're going to work therapeutically with the cards. I'm going to teach you different ways in which you can read the cards. You can, in the psychic context as well as the therapeutic context. So I'll teach you both. You'll be learning about hypnosis, trance state, somatic work. So it really is a 6-month mentoring program to help you create a professional practice so that you become a counselling tarot reader or a tarot therapist rather than a fortune teller. So moving away from fortune telling into a therapeutic role. And of course, those of you who, who know me, know that I love the Mythic Tarot, and so these are the cards that I'll be teaching from, and yes, and I love psychology, so that's incorporated into the training as well, Jungian psychology, where we get to explore archetypes. So, and I'll help you monetize. I'll help you monetize your passion to purpose. I just did my books, and I have made quite a bit of money through tarot. I have done very well this year, last tax year I should say, with my tarot. But it's because I love my tarot. I'm so invested. I'm so invested in it. It's not something that you know, is just sort of a one-trick pony. You know, I keep on learning. It's an ongoing, lifelong pursuit. It's my passion to purpose. One of my passion to purpose. And yes, and you can probably tell. You can probably tell when I start talking about the stories. I get very involved in the stories. Okay, so moving on from there, if you're new here, basically how this rolls is that I'm going to pick 3 cards randomly, and then these 3 cards are the energy report for this week. So I read for the collective, so for whoever's showing up tonight, I believe that you are influencing what's coming through. Your spirit team, my spirit team are working in collaboration together, your higher self, my higher self, working together, and I've put my hand up to say yes, I'm going to channel for everyone, reading the Mythic Tarot. I love doing this. It's no problem for me to show up every week to share this with you. And then afterwards, after I've done the weekly energy report, then I will do readings, free readings. So if you'd like a reading, you need to put yes in the comment section, and then I'll just choose people randomly. If I don't get to you during the reading, doing the one-off readings, just come back next week, because I will get to you eventually. And also bear in mind that when I'm reading, even though I'm doing the 1-card readings for people at the end, it's still for the collective. You'll still, if it resonates for you, take it. Let yourself receive. Be open to that, because if it feels familiar, it's because it's meant for you. So you know, be open to receive, even if I don't get a chance to read for you personally. I do like to read in the context of the collective, and you'll get a sense of that when I'm doing the 1-card readings anyway, for people who have put yes in the comments section. So, hi Kelly, hi Adam, I haven't met you before. How do I get the readings, Dal? Okay, so you just need to put yes in the comment section, and then I'll scroll up at the end, and then I'll read for you, Adam. Okay. But first, I want to do the energy report for the week, because I like this for me. I'm being selfish. I enjoy it for me as well. I get a lot out of my own readings. Well, you know, if you don't trust yourself, who can you trust, right? So, let me pick 3 cards. I'll start. I feel even more cautious this week after last week's reading. That last week's reading was really relevant. I'm you know, I took it on board. I practiced what I was preaching. Not sure it got me anywhere, but nonetheless. Okay, hi Jake. Who else has joined? Kim, hello. Eliza, lovely to meet you. Hi Louise, good to see you. Okay, I better get started, hey? Right, first card. Oh, good. I need a bit of support. Here we've got the Magician, Mercury. You know Mercury's still, so he's in the shadow aspect of the retrograde. Sometimes it's called the retro shade. So we're still experiencing the lingering effects of this Mercury retrograde. And as you know, it was in Cancer, in sign of Cancer. So it's about family, relationships, children, all of that sort of intimate world. And so in this card, we are met with Hermes. And it's a major card. So we know with major cards, I like to think of them as rites of passage. These are lessons that we must learn, that we have to learn a few times over in a lifetime. And he's archetypal, so he's if you think of an archetype as a projection of our inner reality that we project into our outer world as a being, or as a personality trait, or as a type of psychological pattern of being, mother, father. So he's in the context of guide. He's the guide. He is like the spiritual guide. And so when the fool jumps off the cliff and he takes a leap of faith into the unknown, he lands at the crossroads. So here we are, standing at the crossroads, at opportunities to change our path, to change direction, to go in a new path, to go forward in a new way, on an unfamiliar road. And so Hermes, he's there when you're born Earthside. He's there that moment you're born Earthside, and he's always there through every transition, through the transition from life to death, from death to rebirth. He's your personal guide. And so the way we work with Hermes, when Hermes shows up on our path, he's asking us to follow the signs. Maybe I'll say it like this. With Hermes, you just can't get information from him. You can't try and control the information that comes through. You have to be receptive to what's actually there, to take notice of what's on the path now, and not try and distort that. Take notice of what is there. And so he is about coincidences that aren't actually coincidental, synchronicities, signposts, that feather that falls from the sky, those books that someone loans to us, or a song when it comes on the radio randomly and it's really meaningful and really relevant, to your current experience. The chance meetings where people cross your path and you haven't seen them for a long time and all of a sudden they show up. Or information is given to you in some random way that you hadn't planned, or had unexpected. So he is the unexpected. We're being called to expect the unexpected, to remain open to signs and to coincidences, and to expect the unexpected. So when Hermes crosses our path, we are having to trust our instincts. We are learning to trust our instincts rather than following logic, to trust what our gut is telling us. And as I said, he is at the crossroads, so we're being called to try a new path this week, or to jump on a new path, or take a new, a brand new adventure. Be open to doing something new. Be open to trying, more than trying, getting on a new path, not trying, actually doing something new. Be open to enrolling in that course. Be open to applying for that new role. This is your sign. When Hermes shows up, he is the sign, right? He is the sign that it's a big yes. Go on this new path, take this new road. Sometimes it feels a bit unclear. So when Hermes crosses our path, it's like we're not completely sure about how things are going to look, and it may even feel like we're being detoured into some crazy direction, and it doesn't quite make sense, and we start to question whether or not we've taken the right path. But I can assure you that you have. Hi, Loza. Hi, Natasha. I can assure you that you have. When you're being detoured, it's because there's something on that path that you're meant to find. There's a reason for the detour. Sometimes we have to go the long way to find what it is that can take us to our next destination. That sounds kind of sounds kind of vague, but it is a bit like that. When we think that we've taken the wrong path, there's usually something really important to learn. There's a lesson to be learned. So I guess in one way there is no real wrong path, but Hermes gift, if we trust our instincts and we take the risk and we follow the coincidences and we follow the synchronicities and if we trust that, you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded. He's the magician, you know, he creates magic with all the elements. You will be rewarded, but you must take a risk. So, new paths, be open. You're at the crossroads. Take a leap of faith into a new area. Trust. Sometimes I say this to my clients, and I'm going to take this, you know, for myself. Trust the path on the right, because it's always the right path. Oh, another major card. This is interesting. Okay. So, Athena. She's a very interesting goddess. Another major card. So we know with major cards, we're dealing with rites of passage. Rites of passage are fated events, events that we cannot escape. As humans, we all must learn these lessons at some point in our lifetime. And so Athena, in this card, well, let me tell you a little bit about Athena. Historically, in her myths, Athena is portrayed, she is actually a very dark goddess. Hi Ginny, thanks. She is a dark goddess, and if you read about some of read on some of her myths, she's actually not as, you can see here she's portrayed as being balanced. You can see the scales. She's not actually that balanced. When you read the myths, she's a bitch. She's really dark, and it's all about having her own back. But she had to, because the pantheon at that time was misogynistic, and it was patriarchal, and for her to be in power, she had to be ruthless. She had to be ruthless to take care of herself. So there is that kind of energy with this card that it's not about getting emotional. It's about being really smart and strategic to maintain your power, to maintain or to get what you want. Sometimes we have to be incredibly selfish and ruthless, and she actually punished all the women who voted her in when she was vying to rule Athens, and she was her component. I'm not using the right language here, but you guys get me, right? So her component was Poseidon, right? So he wanted to rule Athens, and there were more women than men at the time, and they all voted for Athena, and he thought it was really unfair. But so for her to maintain her power, to maintain her role, she physically assaulted every woman in Athens. That was the deal that she made for her to maintain her position. She also turned one of her most beautiful priestesses into Medusa. She turned her into Medusa because she was so jealous of her. She was so threatened by her. And there's a long story around that, but I won't go into that now. So this card is about signing contracts. It has some of that tone to it as well, but you have to have your own back. This card this week, we're being called to be really selfish, to have our own back, and to put your needs as a priority. You've got to get the emotions out of it. You have to be, think strategically, calculated and strategically, sharp, to be sharp, to read between the lines, to cross all your dot all your I's, cross all your T's, check thoroughly over any contracts or anything that's being offered to you this week, or anything that you're signing off on. Check it over and over and over again. This card is about moving away from the emotions and into the wisdom, your higher consciousness. Swords, you can see here swords. Swords isn't just about logic and critical thinking. It's about higher consciousness and wisdom as well, and our ability to see the truth, to recognize the truth beyond being controlled by our emotions, perhaps, or not letting ourselves be emotionally manipulated, to rise above the emotions and see the truth in the situation. So high consciousness is like, if you think of high consciousness in this card, it's a bit like your conscience in the background. Your conscience that knows the truth, and it's not a moral radar. It's not about being morally correct. It's about knowing what the truth actually is, beyond all the drama, beyond all the emotions. And it's usually the quietest voice in the background. It's usually the quietest. It's not usually the loudest voice. So this card represents strategic thinking. It represents higher consciousness. It represents trusting our conscience in the background of our experience, our wisdom. You can see here represented by this beautiful owl, our wisdom, and having to be somewhat ruthless. And it's okay to be ruthless. It could be the fact that you need to actually make more time for you so that you can take on that new path, that you can say yes to that new path and fully commit to that. Maybe it's about putting up boundaries around that. I don't know what it will be like for you. Hi Mary, sure, we'll see how I go with the next cards. Okay, so we've got two major cards, the Magician and Justice. Really interesting as I look at those two cards. This I will say this, you will get, if this is about you wanting something legal to be resolved this week, if you're here and you're caught up in some kind of legal or wanting to get some kind of legal agreement or some kind of signing off on a contract, whether it be house sale or documents around your employment, pay rises, that sort of thing, this is a good card. This is support. This is your yes, you will get your way. This is your win. This is your winning card. Okay. Cards. I'm just looking at, sorry, I'm swearing, buttering under my breath here. Bloody hell. Okay, so now we have, this isn't a bad card. It's just like, oh, I already feel somewhat weighted with the pressures of this week. So Justice had me feeling somewhat, oh. And now here we go. We've got the 10 of Wands. Look, this is a good card in the sense that things are coming to an end, that whatever journey you have been on in terms of a chapter in your life, it is coming to an end, that there is some finality. And I suppose, look, with this card you can see here that he looks trapped, doesn't he? He looks trapped within his wands. This is when the fun has gone out of the situation, the joy has gone, and we need to find a way to rekindle our passion, to bring the passion back, passion to purpose, back into our reality. Doing what we've always done no longer works anymore, which is why the Magician has shown up to say, Hermes, it's time to start a new road. It's time to start on a new road. Take a new path. It's time. Don't be afraid to do that. What once was is no longer. It's no longer sustainable. It's not sustaining you. You can see in the back here, the ship has everything's dried up and it's shipwrecked. It's shipwrecked, right? It's over. It's over. It's time to start a new challenge. It's time to start a new project. It's time to start a new creative project. It's time to open up to new ideas. It's time to start something new. Sometimes this card will come up when we have got to the end of the journey and you know we've achieved what we needed to achieve, but it's like it doesn't carry the same passion, it doesn't carry the same weight. Sometimes it's not really about the end result, it's actually about the journey itself and how that was actually the lesson and not necessarily the fleece, the result, that you know that whatever it is that you were chasing, that thing wasn't actually what was the real, you know, the destiny. The destiny was really the journey itself and all the lessons that you gained, and whatever you found is just not sustainable. It's not going to sustain you, so it's time to start something new. So it's a good card. It's not necessarily a bad card, but it can be about feeling quite weighted, trying to maintain something that has lost that's lacking in luster now, that's lost its oomph, that's lost its, you know, its thing. It's time to open to. I think of this card like the imagination being sort of dammed up, like you needing to become spacious again, needing to open up to the spaciousness of the imagination again. So let's look over these cards. So new paths. We're all at a crossroads right now. I'm feeling it actually. So being at the crossroads and taking a leap of faith into a new area, trusting Hermes, trusting the signs, remain open to the signs. You don't have to jump now. You don't have to take that path now, but just notice this week. Notice the signs that show up and trust that. Don't doubt the signs. Hermes, and it's like I was going to say, Hermes will show up. You can't make him show up. You can't force him to show up. You have to be present with what is showing up and let that guide you. Don't try and distort. Don't try and distort things to fit what ego wants. What ego wants for you is generally nowhere near as amazing as what life has in store for you, or what soul has in store for you, or what the guides have in store for you. Signing of contracts, deals being made, getting what you want, having to be ruthless, having to be selfish, getting emotions out of the way, using your higher consciousness, trusting your conscience in the background, trusting your knowing, and not putting other people, doing what's right by you first. So when you do what's right for you, you automatically do what's right for others. So doing what's right for you first, having to be somewhat ruthless, black and white thinking, so using your intellect, using strategy, signing off on contracts, you know, getting what you want, but it's going to take, you have to be ruthless about it. Got to get emotion out of the way. The ending of a cycle, brand new chapter opening up. Take that new path. What once was is no longer sustainable. It's not sustainable anymore. It's a shipwreck, right? The ship has no longer set sail. It's finished. It's over. The journey's over. It's time to start something new. It's time to start a new creative project. Be open to doing something new. What once was is no longer sustainable. You got what you needed from it. It's time to start something new. Okay, I liked those cards. I especially like this one, even though she's a bitch. We need a bit of Athena. We all need a bit of her in our life. And I love the Magician as well. I'll summarize those cards tomorrow. Okay. So, hi Anita, good to see you. Hi Candice. Right, where do I start? Hi Amarit, I was just thinking about you today. I wonder if you're still here. Hi Ginny. Hi Holly. Holly, your Magician was here again. Okay Tabitha, I'll read for you. Thanks Nell. Have you started your readings yet, Nell? Have you got your reading room set up? I hope so. It takes a while to build, but you'll get there. Yes, I saw some steady growth with my business this last tax year. It's quite exciting to see that. It's been a while. Well, this will be my third year. Or is it my fourth? I think it's my third. Yes, good news. So, Tabitha, okay. I feel really empowered by, I keep thinking about Athena. I actually might make an altar for her this week. I need her. I feel like I want her in my life at the moment. I need to bring her energy into my everyday to break some unconscious patterns. Okay, Tabitha. This is your card. Okay, so this card represents you needing to gather resources, to gather your resources. The ship hasn't set sail yet. You haven't missed out, you haven't lost out on anything. This is your time to start gathering your resources, to bring together what you need so you can take yourself, so you can set sail on the next stage of your journey. It's like you're at the, well, you're not necessarily at the beginning of your creative journey, and I'm talking about your destiny, passion to purpose. It's not that you're at the very beginning, but you're still gathering your resources. You're still pulling the resources together to give it some kind of, or to give you the confidence to move forward to the next stage, to scaffold to the next level. And so this is you in preparation. You're bringing all of these skills together. Sometimes this card is also about when we are maybe lacking in confidence and thinking that we need to gather more resources, when actually all the resources are available to you now. They're already there. So whatever's there, bring that into the picture now. Bring that in. Sometimes we even have to go backwards in our past to move ourselves forward. So what do I mean by that? Sometimes we have to go backwards to retrieve old skills or old past skills or resources that we have forgotten about, to bring them back into the present moment so that they can support us to propel ourselves forward, so that you have the confidence to take things to the next level. And so resources, the gathering of resources, getting support, emotional support, getting the support you need, leadership support, all that sort of thing, and so that you can step into your leadership with more confidence. Being strategic, learning how to plan strategically, how to to get things in a place, well, to set up strategic ways in which you can develop your business, to have some kind of strategy in place. It's really helpful. It is really helpful. If the strategy is missing, it makes a huge impact if you don't understand the methodology around social media and marketing strategies. If you need help with that, seek it out. You don't know what you don't know until you meet someone who knows. And when they teach you, all of a sudden the light goes on and you're like, oh, okay, that's what I've been doing wrong. So get the supports that you need. Get the supports that you need so that you can propel things forward, so you can take things to the next level. So this you haven't missed out on anything. This card isn't about missing out. It's about gathering all your resources so that you can scaffold things to the next level. It must be for you to take things to the next level. Sometimes we have to seek out help. We just don't know what we don't know until we meet the person that teaches us what we need to know, and it's just how it is. I love my mentoring sessions with my business coach. She's amazing. She's great. She's awesome, guiding me where I need help. I don't regret it, not one little bit. I love my therapists too. It's the best. It is the best, worth every single penny. So, okay. Let me see. Now, there was a guy here. I think his name was Adam. I wonder if he's still around. Adam, are you still here? I said I'd read for you, but I can't see you anymore. I don't think he is. Loza. I'll read for you. Okay. Right, what's it going to be? Which one? This is a bit of a scary card at the moment because there is a lot of talk around, if you're on social media at the moment, there's a lot of talk around cabal and satanic and all of that sort of stuff, and God Pan. I promise you, in my tarot, my Mythic Tarot, he's not all of that. He doesn't represent all of that, although he does represent the dark nature of humanity, of all humans, every single human. We all have a dark side within us. We all have a shadow aspect. And so he is about the deepest aspects of your unconscious. You can see here, he's in a cave, but there's no light. He's in the darkest aspects of your being. And this card is about you facing your shadows. What does that mean? Facing your fears, facing the pain, the past, the hurts from the past, coming to terms with loss and grief and all of the darker aspects of our lives that we often repress or hold back because we might feel embarrassed or feel ashamed or feel guilt over. And sometimes this card can represent the ways in which we try to repress that. And we might do it through alcohol or through drugs or smoking, overeating, hypersexuality. We can do, you know, some people are addicted to porn. They just can't stop watching porn. The god Pan, he's a god. He is a god nonetheless, but he was so ugly. He's like the parts of ourselves that we don't like. So he was known as this ugly god, and nobody wanted to have sex with him. They were revolted by him, and he would just rape. He would rape beings. He had no manners. He didn't, you know, he just didn't, you know, he's a beast. He was a beast, you know, half man, half human, and so he represents those parts of ourselves that we don't like, that we feel ashamed from. So this card is somewhat of a soul retrieval. I think of him a bit like that, where we're having to go deep within and retrieve, to find those parts of ourselves and give them our loving attention, to let them become, to bring them, to normalize these parts of ourselves that we think are abnormal, that we try and hide, because we all have. None of us are perfect. We all have a devil inside. All of us have this darker aspect of being. We all rage. We all get angry, or we all get jealous and pissed off, and you know, say things that we might regret. We all have these aspects of being. So this is about not letting not letting the shame and the guilt of your past, whatever's there, whatever deep that needs your loving attention, to not let that. You can see these two people are chained. He's changed them, but they can undo their own collar at any time. And so to not let the shadows of your past stop you from moving forward, for being you, you know, to let yourself be fully expressed. Sometimes this card is like letting the wild woman out, letting more of you out, letting opening up to more of your sexuality, being open to let yourself express that part of you, and not hiding that, or not being ashamed of that, because we're all sexual beings. Women have leaking bodies. We do. We have leaking bodies, and it's natural and it's normal. And we are animals just as much as we are humans as well. And so this is about a reclamation of all of you, not just part of you. You're not just light, you're also the darker aspects. And so it's about healing that. So Pan is found deep in the underworld, in this place of deep healing and transformation. It is a transformational card, as confronting as this card can be. But he's a liberator. He does liberate. He enables you to liberate the you that you've been holding back on, that you haven't allowed others to see, to become more of you in your relationships. Okay, major card. It's a big lesson for you at the moment. Is how can I free myself from the shadow? How can I retrieve my soul? How can I bring more of who I am? How can I become more of me? How can I let more of me be seen without feeling embarrassed or ashamed? Yes, he's about accepting what's absolutely natural. Okay, who is next? Candice, are you still here? Yeah, Loza, that card, yeah, it's an interesting card, and it is very unconscious. It's the unconscious habitual patterns of behaviour that we must become conscious of. What we're like, you know, like the habitual patterns of perhaps going, for example, something I do, every time I feel a bit of stress, I just go to the fridge. So instead of actually just processing what I'm feeling and just being with what's there, letting it fully express, letting it show up, I'm going to the fridge instead. What can I find? What can I eat? What burger can I eat today? And then, you know, by the end of the burger, I'm crying through the burger. Something like that. It's a bit like that. It has some of that energy about it. It's an intense card. It's an intense card, but it's a transformational card. Anything that sort of resides in the underworld is transformational. Transformational in the context of you going through changes, becoming more of who you are. You already know who you are. It's about becoming more of who you are. Okay, Candice. The Master Manifester. I love this card. Oh, heads up, I'm going to be doing another, so those, I'll start again. So those of you who did my tarot, cups mini masterclass, I'm going to be doing a mini masterclass with the pentacles as well. Manifesting spirit into form, ideas into matter, ideas into money, ideas into resources, creating, manifesting in this reality. How do you know? Using the pentacles, learning how to do that with the pentacles and the lessons of the pentacles. Anyway, moving on. So, Candice, the Ace of Pentacles, this is about an upsurge of manifesting power. Whatever you want to create right now, this is your yes card to make it happen. If you haven't already started, get started. This card can represent abundance, divine compensation, and quickly. This is quick manifestation. It happens like spontaneously and quickly. You're being called to trust. If you watch the beginning of this reading, we had Hermes arrive, and I would encourage you, if you haven't watched the beginning of the reading, to watch the beginning of the reading when this is finished, because this is a good compliment to that card, to Hermes. And so this is about you receiving, being divinely compensated for any idea that you start to create into form. So whatever you've got, whatever change or whatever you want to create that you have started putting into some kind of action is going to happen very quickly for you. This and you will make a lot of money. This is a money card. This is about being paid out. This is about divine compensation, resources, getting, being paid well. It's a good card. I like this card. When this card comes up in the reading, I'm very happy with this card. It's a good card. Okay. Hi, Amel. Nice to meet you. So, who's next? Who am I going to read for now? Morgan, I'm going to read for you. Are you still here? Can you pop a yes? Let me know if you're still here. You're welcome, Candice. I don't think Morgan's here. Morgan, you need to pop a yes in the comments section, otherwise I shall move on. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Bonnie. Right, no more eating my feelings then. Oh yeah, that's the story of my life, eh? You know where I am if you need some support. I think Morgan's, oh, she's here. Great. I was just about to say, I think Morgan's gone. No, she's here. Good. All right, Morgan. Let's see. This card's just talking to me, so I'll choose that one. So, those of you who know me know I don't particularly like this card, but it's not a bad card. It's actually a good card. This is quicksilver changes, big changes very quickly, happening very quickly. This is about strategically moving forward, making the decision to move forward, taking risks. This is in the sign of Gemini. Geminis are quick thinkers, quick-witted, and they can make changes very swiftly and quickly, changing the direction, changing the course of your reality, changing the course of your destiny very quickly. So this is also about forward motion, the determination to achieve and to finish things, to get things done, to get movement happening. And so it's in the air signs. So we know with the air signs it's about transformation and change and somewhat clearing karma. But this, for me, when I feel into this card, I feel like this is about transformation in the context of your identity regarding your passion to purpose. And making some changes, quick shifts around the content of whatever it is that you're doing. Quick, like quicksilver, taking a shift, and it's meant to happen, and it's purposeful, and to trust that. So it is about technology and communication, how you're communicating that. So I suspect this is to do with some, could be wrong, but my feeling is it's to do with some form of writing and what you're putting down into form, from ideas into form. But you're being called to trust the change in direction, and that it's, whoops, what's happened? Apple verification. Who's messing around with my Apple ID stuff? Must be my daughter. Yeah, so quicksilver decisions, making decisions quickly and swiftly this week. So it's an exciting card. It is an exciting card. This is not a negative card, but it's taking a chance on doing things differently, to transform what is there to a higher octave, something like that. Okay. I hope that was helpful, Morgan. Hi, Rosalind. How high will my career go? How high will I go in my career? Well, that's up to you, isn't it? How far do you want to take things? Ultimately, you're the creator of your reality. This is an interesting topic, actually, because this is something I talk about in my channeling one-to-ones when I work with people doing channeling mentoring. That sometimes I think we perhaps put too much confidence, or we give away our power often to the fortune teller, expecting the fortune teller to come up with to determine your future. But if a gifted and a skilled fortune teller, or a gifted and skilled tarot reader, will hold space for you to turn the reading inside out so that you become the creatrix of your reality, the reader will then make your unconscious conscious, make the implicit explicit, so that you can actually see what you really want. And then, at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you to make it happen. So if you want that, how much do you want it? What are you prepared to do to make it happen? So, okay, Yvette, you're here, I forgot. Okay, I'm going to read for you. Right, I've just got this strange guy, Egg Muncher. I think I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't have a good feeling about that, and I'm a psychic. So, Yvette, I can't, I might just hide that comment. Okay, right, I've just banned Egg Muncher. I worked it out. Okay, Yvette, this is for you. Oh God. I'm going to do that again because I was thinking about Egg Muncher. I'm going to do that again a bit. Oh, jeez. Yvette. Focus on Yvette. Yeah. Okay, so Yvette, the Four of Cups. This represents what's going on inside of your heart at the moment. Okay, this is you being feeling a lot, feeling somewhat emotional, feeling a bit distrustful, feeling like the truth, you're being perhaps lied to, or things are not as they seem, and there's a part of you that knows that there's an off note. You're feeling an off note, you're feeling distrustful, and there's an off note. And in this card, Persephone, sorry, she looks like Persephone, it's not Persephone, it's Psyche. Psyche means soul. Your soul, and the two stepsisters, the two egos on either side of her, trying to warn her about the potential of her heart being broken. And Psyche is listening to them. She is listening to them, but it's not, Psyche already has some insight anyway. She already has a feeling that something's off. She already has a feeling that there's an off note. And so sorry, this mega muncher has been trolling psychics all day. Well, he's been banned. I banned him, so that's good. He's gone. So back to Yvette. So Yvette, so this I want you to trust your instincts is my point. I'm asking you, I'm inviting you to trust your instincts. The truth will come out. The truth will come out. Trust your instincts. Yes, it may lead to some conflict, but at least you'll get some resolution. At least you'll have some knowing. It doesn't mean things are falling apart or things are going to fall apart. You just need to get to the bottom of things, and this is you needing to get to the bottom of things, and there is some insecurity in this card, feeling somewhat insecure, but it's not based on, I don't think it's based on a fiction. My sense is that I want you to trust your feelings, to trust your instincts, to trust your heart on this. Okay. So, thanks Kylie, you too. What's the time? I'm getting a really weird vibe tonight, so I'm feeling like I'm going to do one more reading and then I'm going to put closure on things. And I think I will read for Kylie, are you still here? I'm having to ban a few people tonight. It's weird, hey? Just an off note. Happens sometimes. Funny guys are in the house. Yeah, it is a bit like that. There's a yucky note. There's an off note. I'm banning slowly. It happens. Okay. I feel like I'm going to put closure on things tonight. So that's it from me. We had an awesome beginning reading, so I am going to, I will summarize that tomorrow and post them for us so that we can follow that for the week. And also don't forget my tarot program, my 6-month mentoring program. It's awesome. I love that program. It's amazing. You will get so much out of it. If you want to monetize your passion to purpose, it is 100% possible with the tarot. This year, just with the tarot, I made $54,000 in my, doing my books, because I'm committed, fully committed. It's possible. You can make money doing what you love, and have a professional practice as well. And I'll teach you. I will teach you how to hold a professional practice, so you can move away from fortune telling into the world of counseling tarot, therapeutic tarot. You'll learn about Jungian psychology, hypnosis, Counseling 101, narrative therapy, and a host of other interesting topics like experiential dream work. It's fun too. Okay, have a great week, everyone. I'll put the link back in the comments here so that you can see the link. Tomorrow, doors shut tomorrow, midnight. So if you want to join the program, message me. Take care, everyone. Sending you so much love. Look after yourself. Bye, Corrine. Yeah, there's some strange people on tonight. It's best to just hop off tonight. Take care, everyone. Sending love.